The Sims deservedly described you in the interview as an unbelievable creator known for her breathtaking gallery creations. I can sign that. In this interview, we will talk about your EA partnership and the creative process of building and what it is like to be an official part for The Sims 4, for The Sims world. So, for those who don't know you yet, who's Laireen and how did you get into The Sims?
Well, my real name is not Laireen, it's Christina, and I live in Copenhagen. I'm 50 years old. I've been playing The Sims since 2000 when it came out, Sims 1. So I've played a lot of Sims 1 and Sims 2, especially Sims 2. I don't really like The Sims 3, so I only played that for a couple of months. I think I maybe got a few packs, but that was not for me. And back when I played The Sims 2, I actually didn't build as you would think, as much as you would think as being a builder in The Sims 4. But I loved building, but it was hard to build in The Sims 2 compared to The Sims 4. So when we got Sims 4 with all the intuitive tools and when everything just, it made sense when you're building because it's easier. I sort of got into building only because that was actually what I wanted really to do in The Sims 2, but it was not so. And I actually did build something in The Sims 2 recently when we got the option of getting all the like The Sims 1 and The Sims 2 were released, and it was a mess. So I really appreciate even more now the Sims 4 tools that we have.
I can how to say it, recommend to this. I know, I understand what you mean when you talk about building in Sims 2. So thanks for introducing yourself. You already mentioned that your real name is Christina. So how did you get your name Laireen?
Actually, it started, I had a username on the EA what's it called, website back in the day. I don't know, 15 years ago. I created an account there. I think it was back in the Sims 2 days, actually. And I just went with part of the street name I had at the time, where I was living at the time, which was, well, in Danish, it's Lyrens, so Lyrens. And I had that also when I came to Twitch first, when I started being a viewer on Twitch. And in some chats, some of the streamers, they had, especially the American ones, had very much difficulty in pronouncing my name.
I can imagine,
so
yes.
it turned into Laireen instead of Lyren, which it is in Danish. So at one point I just changed it and spelled it like they would say it, but actually there's a mistake. But because if it should have been properly spelled, it would have been Liereen. So
Okay.
lie, like lying down, Laireen. But this is how I would say it in Danish, like pronounce it Laireen.
Yeah.
So that's why. And the 35 is, that's the house number I lived in. So it doesn't have anything to do with like being my favorite number or the age at the time I did the name or anything. It's just random. Yeah.
But I see that makes sense of switching it because of the pronunciation. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm one of the lucky ones that actually got to change my. So if you go like into the settings in the EA online where you log in and stuff, you have in your profile there, I can see that my original name was Lyrens with like the Y. But I actually contacted somebody working at the EA, I think 10 years ago. No, maybe not 10 years, 8 years ago, and asked them if it was possible to change the name. And they did something behind the scenes. I don't know where, but somehow I actually, that's why my gallery ID is also Laireen now. And I'm using that
Ah.
now instead of the other one, even though the other one is still like the original one.
Uh-huh.
Not everybody. I think they had an opening at one time where they said, if you want to change your name, now is the time, and then everybody could do it. But yeah,
Good timing.
I don't think they do it now because it would be too much of a hassle
Yeah.
if people change their name every other weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And we are too much people, too much simmers now.
Yeah, exactly. Too many players now. Yeah.
Um, let's shift over and dive into Sims questions already. So
Yeah.
my next question is, how would you describe your build style in 3 words, if possible? Because I have a word in mind if I'm thinking of your builds. And
Okay.
the word is
That's
big.
interesting. Because you sent some of the questions to me beforehand. So when I
Mm-hmm.
saw that question, I was like, well, that's kind of difficult
Mm-hmm.
um because it's very mixed what I do, because I
Yes.
do very realistic builds, but I
Mm-hmm.
also at the same time do very like not fantasy style builds, but I do recreate a lot from cartoons and animated movies and
Yeah.
stuff, which is not realistic at all. So I mean, but I think I would go with like realism,
Mm-hmm.
because in most of my builds I do take into account a lot of like real life build related conditions that you would have. Uh, I have worked in construction in several jobs during my professional career,
Mm-hmm.
so I know what is possible to build and not possible to build. And you wouldn't, like, for instance, you wouldn't place a sink cabinet in front of a full length window, because then you would see the pipes, or where would they go.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to take that into account. So realism is definitely a word. I don't know, otherwise it would, I don't know, modern, I guess, sort of. Not modern in the modern, like, architectural style, but things that you would see now.
Mm-hmm.
So if I go into the city now, I will see I don't know, a building, and I would think to myself, oh, I can build that in The Sims, and then go home and build it. So I do that a lot. I do take inspiration from places I visit.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I don't know. Creative? I don't know. What is your word for my builds?
My word was big because um
Yeah,
most
they call
of
me the 64
yes,
queen.
most of the time
I
you
know.
use
I
a
love the 64.
yes, that's why the word is big, but it don't describe your style of building, of course. But that was one word that immediately show up in my mind. Yeah.
Yeah. But I get that. I understand that. That's pretty accurate as well. I do sometimes do smaller builds,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I don't know. They just it's just, I don't know, too easy, I guess,
Yeah.
or it's, I don't know, it takes not long enough. It's,
Mm-hmm.
I cannot really immerse myself in a small build, because it only takes, I can do it in an hour, and
Mm-hmm.
then I'm done. And then usually when I do build sessions, like for myself, if I'm really into it, I can build for, I don't know, 8 hours straight, no worries.
Wow.
So
Okay.
yeah.
So there's an community question which connects well with the question before, and I know where this question comes from. Background story. In our community, we always have a few also streamers which always use an item that is
Mhm.
their, I don't know how to say it, signature move. So,
Yeah.
for example, there's Liz. She always use a wine bottle. Or there's Dana, who also was in the chat, Dana Fantasy, who always use a potato and place a potato irgendwo, everywhere in her lots. So the
Yeah.
question is there an item that you always use? Not maybe not as a signature move, but is there items you love to use or you use high frequently?
Well, I do have a signature object item. That's
Which
the coffee, the coffee machine.
yeah, okay, of course, yeah.
All my builds. There is a coffee machine. There's a bag of beans. There is like the cafe counter. One of these items will always be in my builds.
Yeah.
Sometimes it depends on obviously what type of build it is. Sometimes it doesn't really fit, but usually when I do like family homes, always a coffee machine. Nothing else necessarily needs to be in the kitchen, just a coffee machine, because I am a coffee-aholic, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really
Coffee
coffee
addicted.
addicted, and
Yeah.
yeah, and you can see that also everywhere online. And actually, and I think we will get to that. I have a note we need to talk about when we get further down the list of questions, because I have something I want to note. Yeah, but
Okay.
let's get to that later. Yeah.
Okay, I'm curious about it. Um, so you're talking about you can build for 8 hours straight, and you're building a lot of real buildings in the game. So where do you get your inspiration for builds? Only in real life, or maybe from other creators or pictures you see?
I think I watch a lot of like movies and
Uh-huh.
TV shows and animated movies, and a lot of the inspiration comes from that, trying to recreate it. I like trying to recreate something from real life. A movie is not real life, but
Yeah.
actual places or actual things I've seen,
Mm-hmm.
and trying to recreate them in The Sims. If I know that like 90% sure that it's doable, because I mean sometimes there are just items that we don't have, so we can't recreate them. And I'm a no CC, no mods builder. I don't have tool, I don't have anything, so everything I do is with move objects only,
Mm-hmm.
which I think it puts my creativity and my ability to build to the test even more than if you had tool, because with tool you can basically do anything you
Everything.
want to,
Yeah.
because if you know how to use tool. um but I think and I know this is a very unpopular opinion, but I think it's kind of cheating.
You're
because
totally right. I'm going with that. Yes.
because I think and this is no disrespect to people using the tool
No,
mod,
no.
because I think
I'm
people are
also using
incredibly
tool mod.
people are incredibly talented. I've
Uh-huh.
seen people doing stuff that is just like out of this world, and I'm always really, really like surprised at how well people use this tool. I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
Um, that said, I am a vanilla player and
Mm-hmm.
a vanilla builder, and
Mm-hmm.
I just think sort of it's impressive that they can do it with tool, but it's even more impressive if people can do something really amazing without tool,
Without tool,
and
yeah.
actually use the game only with the built-in cheats we have, like move objects and quarter tile
Yeah.
placement and blah blah blah. Um, so yeah, but I try to recreate stuff that I see like online, or
Mm-hmm.
like TVs and shows and stuff. But I also like to recreate places I've been to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm one of those persons that I'm not usually the one taking picture for social media or anything. I don't really take that many pictures on my phone, but I do take a lot of pictures of weird stuff. So if you scroll through my pictures on the phone, you would see like weird roof parts, or special windows, or placement of gutters, or like all these weird little details that actually make a building into what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So all buildings have like walls and windows and doors and roofs.
Of
Yeah,
course, yeah.
that's it. So everybody can build some sort of house in The Sims
Mm-hmm.
with the things that we have. But if you really want to do something that is recognizable as a specific build style or architectural style, then you would have to pay attention to all the little details,
Mm-hmm.
like corbels and spandrels and windows and whatever, all
Yeah.
the stuff that we have. And we keep getting more stuff into build mode that like emphasizes and makes it possible to do builds with special features.
Mm-hmm.
So my photo reel is full of weird like architectural stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I want to head back to the tool thing. I totally understand your point, and I'm going with it. I'm also using Tool, not doing this crazy stuff the other players doing, but I get your point. I also think it's cheating because it's way more how to say it. It's way more impressive what people can do vanilla instead of what people can do with Tool or blah blah blah. And I also think, unpopular opinion, and I know some people play with shaders, and that's totally fine. You can play Sims how you want it. That's a wonderful thing. But I hate shaders in Sims 4. I hate them.
I don't really understand why people use it. Do they think it, I mean, is it to make it look more realistic, or is it to take away the cartoony type feel we have in the game, right? I don't understand the shaders either, and I'm not really fond of them either. I think sometimes the pictures that people are able to take using shaders in their game kind of makes the build look like more cute, and I get that, but having to build in that mode with the shaders on, I would go crazy. I
Yes, me
think you
too.
can't really see anything, and everything is kind of, shaded, as it says
Yeah.
the word. But that's not for me either. I understand why people, and that's the thing I think I love most about The Sims 4 is that it's totally moddable, and people do it, and everybody can get whatever mod they want to get the gameplay or
Of
the
course.
build style, whatever that they want. So you can personalize it, and I think that's the biggest positive thing about The Sims 4 is that you can customize it to the way that you want to
Yeah.
play or build, and I think that's amazing because how many games are you able to do that with? I mean,
Yeah.
so there's something for everybody, and everybody does their own thing, which I think is great. So you
Yes.
can really personalize it and really customize it and really make your game your game.
Yeah. Great perspective. Thank you for sharing that. I totally go with it. Yes. So we were talking about inspiration. What is about the other side? Are there even creative blocks, and how do you deal with that?
I think I must admit that when the tool mod came and a lot of people were starting to use that, I felt quite discouraged to actually build anything because I knew that when I posted something online of like pictures of the builds that I had done, they would like just vanish in the whole stream of images with people doing the tool mod builds, and that I was like, nobody really pays attention to the vanilla builders. I mean, I didn't feel like I got the recognition for my ability to build vanilla because the tool mod were so over all over the place. So like
Overpowered.
it really took over online. A couple of years ago, I thought it was really like all over the place. And 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 at that time, I kind of stopped building in just altogether. I just didn't
Wow.
build because I built a little bit for myself, but I didn't post anything. So I had a hiatus, which was involuntarily because yeah. But now we have gotten so many more packs that actually are in my wheelhouse. It comes with items that I think really fits the way I build, and that sort of sparked like the the like the energy and the interest in building again.
Hmm.
And also actually when I was like a bit discouraged and I didn't build as much as I used to, that's when I was contacted by EA to build for one of the packs, and then I was like,
Wow.
well, okay, obviously
That's a
somebody noticed
sign.
me.
Yes, that was a sign.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm so sad to hear that, but I'm glad you found your way back. I think
yeah. I
everybody
think,
is
but I
glad.
think also yeah, but I think also, so when during pandemic, during COVID lockdown,
Mm-hmm.
everybody was at home. And during those, I think, 1.5 years I was home, I was also unemployed at the time because I was laid off because of I was in administration, and administrative workers got laid off
Mm-hmm.
big time in Denmark at the time because everybody was being sent home to work
Mm-hmm.
from home and stuff. So I was unemployed and under lockdown. So I built a lot at the time. I think I had like, I don't know, maybe 18 hours of build
Wow.
time a day.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So in 24 hours, I would have my game open for 18 hours. I built a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. So I also have over 16,000 hours of gameplay in The Sims 4 since
That's
14.
massive.
So yeah, but so I think I sort of got fed up at that time because it was every day, like the entire day I was just building, and I did that for more than a year. So I kind of just got burned out, I guess, and that's why also then everything happened with Tool and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just, I just needed a break, I think. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm getting back into it, and I'm getting the inspiration back and like the mojo back to actually build something, because we got also some very great packs now.
Yes, and the last time, yes. That's very
Mm.
cool. Thank you for sharing that. Um, so basically, we both met through James, right? I
Mm.
came up with the
Mm.
idea of making his website more accessible to non-English speaking simmers, obviously German simmers.
Yeah.
So we are translating his website. I think you're pretty much done, right? Unless James come up with new strings, and you do it in
I
that.
just did he added two more uh 2 hours ago.
I didn't saw it. Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
I just had to do the bingo stuff, and I'm struggling with the German grammar. That's a hard one.
Yeah, I know, I know. I had similar issues with Danish grammar, but I kind of found a workaround. But yeah. But yeah, thank you very much for reaching out to James to do this, because I think his website is amazing, and I
Yes.
think he has some amazing tools that everybody in the Sims community should be able to use.
Mm-hmm.
And as you say, not everybody is uh, their English skills might not be good enough to actually get something out of his website. So I think it was amazing that you reached out to him, and
Thank you.
I jumped on board at the minute I saw you were saying this to him. And he mentioned it in one of his videos, and I was like, oh, if you need a Danish translator, I'm available. So yeah.
Yeah, though that should be my question. How did you get involved in this project? So you saw the video with the, I think it was the first part of the Three Sister Let's Play, right? Where he
I think it
mentioned
was,
it?
yeah, no, yeah, it was a members video. He
Yes.
mentioned it
Mm-hmm.
in his prep for the Three Sisters.
Ah, okay, okay, okay.
I think it was there, and I actually reached out to him. I just wrote a DM to him
Yeah.
saying that, well, I've been doing Danish English translations professionally for 20 years,
Mm-hmm.
so if you need somebody to do it in Danish, I'm up for it. So yeah. And it was like, I don't know, 5 minutes after you asked him. I think it was like, yeah.
So you slide into his DMs. I did it. I searched for his business mail and did a request, and oh, it was. And then
Very professional.
yeah, very
Yeah.
professional. And a few days later, he was like, "Hey, I added you on Discord. I sent you a friend request. Let's head over to Discord." And I was, yeah, okay. It's way more easier and faster than
Yeah,
email.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, I think it's for this type of task, he communicates primarily on
Yeah.
Discord. I think if you use his business inquiry thing, I think it's more like people that want like sponsors and stuff. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
use that. I don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, but he said, yeah, sure, let's make it accessible to even more non-English speaking simmers,
Yeah.
definitely. And I mean, Denmark is a very small country, and we are 6 million people, and out of the 6 million, I don't know how many play Sims. Maybe, I don't know, 200,000 to maybe 100,000, maybe 50,000, and of those, how many of those actually know about James and go
His
to his
page,
website? So I
yeah.
mean, it's a very small percentage of his audience that actually uses his website. But I've been doing a lot of promo work for the Danish translation. So I actually got on Facebook, which I haven't used in 10 years. So I got on Facebook, went into the Danish Facebook Sims groups and shouted out his website there. And I'm hopefully
Love to hear
more
that.
people become aware that it exists.
Yeah, love to hear that.
But I mean, I think you really opened the door for a lot of community.
Yeah, we have Polish.
Yeah, I mean, how many languages do we have now? Yeah, 5, 6.
I have to Spanish, Polish. Nee, what is it called? Polish? Yes, Polish. German, Dutch. 5. We are 5.
Yeah.
But in the last days, a lot of, I don't know if the membership video turns into a normal video, but I saw on Discord that a lot of people spoke up and said, hey, I can do this language and I can do this language.
Yeah.
So maybe there will be more soon. We will see.
Yeah, I think that's how Marlowe's got involved, like the Dutch translator, and that's also how the Polish and the Spanish translator got involved via Discord. I saw it in his Discord channel. People were like, and he said that he has apparently a lot of viewers from Poland, so he wanted to. He thought it would be nice to have the Polish translation as well. So yeah.
So let's shift over to the EA partnership, the EA Creator Program. What do you like to call it? So when and how did you join the Creator Program?
I was pretty active with my build because so first of all, I don't have a YouTube channel. I don't stream. I don't have any outlet other than social media. And back in the day, when like 6, 7, 8 years ago, I only had Twitter. So that's and the gallery. So obviously I used the gallery a lot back when it actually worked.
Yeah, just don't let. Just not talk about that.
yeah. That's a whole other
Yeah.
But I was a gallery creator, if you can say it like that, because I only posted a lot of stuff on the gallery, and I posted pictures of my builds with links to the gallery on Twitter, and that was it. And I sort of got some traction on Twitter because sometimes, some builds were more popular than others and you get more followers and so on. So I started getting more followers, and then I also had like a goal of getting more followers on the gallery, and I started watching a lot of Twitch streams and become pretty active in the Sims Twitch streams, various streamers. That and I participated in a lot of build challenges as well, which also kind of people got to know about me. And then I saw I also interacted a lot on Twitter with the sim gurus, like the devs and the people online representing the Sims, EA, the Sims.
For those who don't know, who are Sims gurus, is Frost, for example, Frosty. How?
Yeah, no, Sim Guru Frost, Sim Guru Ninja, Sim Guru Kate, Sim Guru. Who was else there? Frost was the community manager at some point, and before him, the community manager was a woman called Kate, and she was the one that actually interacted with all the creators, not the game changers, not the EA creators, but just Sims creators in general online. So she would like comment on your bills if you put out something on Twitter and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point they opened up because there was a small group of especially the YouTube simmers that were part of what was then called the Game Changer
Mm-hmm.
Creator Program.
Mm-hmm.
And the Game Changers were like a small group at the time. Those were the ones that were sent out to games, Sims Games Camp, and when new packs came out, and they tried to like James Turner, for instance, or Delicacy, or I don't know, Little Simsy, and like the big ones.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, they wanted to include more of the community into the Game Changer Creator Program. So they opened up for people to send in applications, which was a new thing. And this happened in, I think, was it in the early 18?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then I reached out and I thought, okay, I'll send in an application. There were some like questions you had to answer, like what do you do? Are you do you do YouTube? Do you build? Do you do like sim blogs or stories or machinimas or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
You had to like answer a bunch of questions and send in like documentation of what you've done creatively with the game and stuff. And then I sent in an application. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to get into this program because I mean, thousands and thousands of people are probably going to apply for this, yada, yada, yada. And I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking, well, the worst thing that can happen is that they say no, and then no harm done. So I'll try. And then I got in, and I was really, really surprised by that because I was
I
at the
can
time
imagine.
I had I don't know 500 followers on the gallery and
Mm-hmm.
maybe 800 followers on Twitter. I was really a small creator, really, really, and I didn't have a YouTube channel. I didn't stream. I didn't do anything. So I was really like over the moon about it because I mean, whoa, they're really got why do they want me? I was like totally imposter syndrome. But it was nice. I think one of the reasons why they chose me to be a part of the program was because I was very active online, commenting on people's bills and
Mm-hmm.
commenting to the Sims every time they posted something, like chatting with the devs and the gurus online, and like having a friendly tone with them, and just you're always entitled to actually criticize if stuff is not good, but if you do it in a polite way, then
Yeah.
it will probably be heard more than the people that are just shouting, "Fix it, EA," or
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
online.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that was part of the reason why they chose me.
Yeah.
So that's how I got into the creator program, and then it also obviously comes with some responsibility regarding you're sort of an ambassador for the game, so you show people what you can do with the game, but also you are allowed to get the packs for free, and you get them a little bit like early
Early.
access to it.
Mm-hmm.
It also kind of obligates you to also actually say something about the packs that you get, like promote them online, so they like it's their way of getting promo,
Free
like
promo. No, not
yeah,
free,
yeah,
but
it's
promo.
it's not necessarily for free, but a
Yeah.
cheap promo because yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's more like like what you say, mouth to ear,
Mm-hmm.
uh, so everybody shares their knowledge and their views of things of the game online, and then it becomes more popular because more people see it, that
Mm-hmm.
it exists. But
And
also I don't shy away from actually saying when stuff is bad, because I'm entitled to do that as well. I mean,
yeah,
as
of
long as
course.
we keep it in a good tone, and yeah.
Yeah, and being respectful, why not?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. So, what a detailed insight. Thank you for sharing that with us. This brings me to the next topic, which is you build a room build. You did a room build for Home Chef
Mhm.
Hustle, right? So Home Chef
Yeah,
Hustle in German is
yeah, I know. Yeah, and I know room builds are not really, they are not how do so when people build for a pack, the pack builders are being like promoted, and they are being shown off, and you do interviews with the devs, and they put it on the, they like make it public that who built for this pack, yada yada yada. But for the room builds, there's not so much information out there about it, so I wasn't even aware that room builds were a thing that they use creators for until they actually contacted me and asked me, hey, we're doing this pack, do you want to build a room for it? And I was like, yeah, of course I would like to build a room
What
for
a
it.
question.
But what is it? But I was like, what is it? Wait, no, okay, let me see what this is. So, and it was, I think the reason they reached out to me for this one was because the Home Chef Hustle was pretty much, it was made by the
European.
so the pack was made by the Scandinavian Sims team, Sims development team,
Okay.
and it has a lot of Scandinavian Nordic feel to like the kitchen itself, like the cabinets and stuff are very like modern Nordic type stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they reached out to me, because I was like, okay, but it's a pizza pack and I'm not Italian. So I was like, I did not really understand. But it's also, yeah. But yeah, so I did the room build, and I mean, so usually they say, okay, we're thinking about something like this, and we want to have this included. Can you make this room? And so you get like sort of a prep sheet with all the must-have items and things that they would like to see, if possible, to include, but not necessary, blah blah. So I did, and then so usually the process is, I come up with a suggestion, I send it to them, they look at it, they have some feedback, I maybe change some things, send it back again, back and forth, and you do that 2, 3, 4 times.
Okay.
And it was set up like, I think 4 times, like 3 times back and forth, and then ending in the 4th one being the final one. But I was finished after 2, because what they wanted was really how I would build it anyway. So when I built it, I was sort of finished already at the first attempt, and then we had minor adjustments we did for the second round, and then that was it. So it was quite easy, I thought building for them, and we had a very good collaboration. It was easy to talk to them and find out what they meant when they had suggestions for alterations. And it was just, they were just nice people. And I mean, I'm a pretty polite person in general, and I speak, as you say, being respectful, and because I totally respect the devs, because they don't have a easy job because of all the feedback from the community, positive and negative. So I mean, I know. So I was being polite and respectful, and it was fun also to see what they think of things and what they are having in mind when they want to release a new pack and stuff. So yeah, so it was an easy way to work with them, and I easily created what they wanted and did it well before deadline. So everything was great. And that brings me to what I wanted to say earlier. So the last thing we talked about, one of the devs and I, regarding this room build was, so what do you want to call the room build? And I was like, I don't know, does it need to have a name? And obviously it has a name because they have names. If you go into the room builds in the game, you can see that they have a name. Something like, I don't know, fancy kitchen for aspiring chefs, or something like, they have some sort of thing. And I was like, I don't know what I want to call it. And she came back to me and she said, I know what I would call it. I have been secretly calling it Danish coffee kitchen. And then I was like, well, yeah, let's just go with that, because I'm Danish and I like coffee, and this is a kitchen. So yeah, that's it.
What a match.
So I thought it was so funny, because she actually got the gist of me by seeing me build for this, and by seeing my profile online, obviously, because everything, there is something about coffee somewhere, always. So yeah, so that was fun, I think. Yeah.
That really gives us a behind the scene look. Thank you for sharing.
Mhm.
You said you weren't aware of that creator did these room builds because there were no interviews and stuff like that. But you actually did an interview for Home Chef Hathel with The Sims, right? So it
Yeah,
was
I did.
back in
Yeah, I did.
September
But yeah, no,
2023.
I'm just thinking that I wasn't aware that before that
Okay,
that
okay, okay.
that actually was a thing. I don't know when they started doing creator room builds. I don't know if I was the first one because I've never thought about and never heard about other creators doing a room build.
I did some
So maybe that's just
research
me.
and I
You
either found anything about it.
no, you
So
didn't.
no, I didn't. Maybe I was not searching enough, but I found nothing.
But that's exactly my point. I don't think they used to do this because I'm pretty sure especially being part of the content creator program, I
Mm-hmm.
would have heard something uh talking to some of the other creators
Mm-hmm.
that somebody did a room build for whatever pack. Uh I think it's so I'm not sure if I was the first one or the only one or I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't researched that myself, so I'm not sure. But maybe I should just to find out because it's interesting. Um, or maybe it was like a test they did. Is this necessary? Do we want to spend money on one of the creators doing this room build? Because obviously you get paid to do this because you perform a service for them, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you get paid for it. Um, I don't know. Maybe they stopped doing it. I don't know.
I don't know either. But
But
yeah, sorry.
yeah, I just wanted to say that, but I think that I remember so vividly the first time they did a gameplay trailer, I think, or just like a teaser trailer, whatever, for the first pack where somebody from the creator program built a lot, and that was for Eco Lifestyle, and it was I think was it improved or was it some I think it was that did a room build, no, a lot build, one lot only built by a creator in eco lifestyle, and everybody in the community, all the YouTubers, all the other simmers, all the big simmers as well, said that is not an EA build.
Yeah,
Everybody
of
could see
course.
it. Everybody could see it immediately, and
Yes.
that's really what opened up the floodgates for all of us being able to actually show the Sims team and the EA developers, this is how the builds are supposed to be when you
Yeah.
release a pack. You're not supposed to just do your own weird builds and nobody gets, because I mean, they look horrible.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I mentioned the interview you did in September 2023. So you said that you being inspired by the Nordic, very light and airy kitchens found in Denmark. So how important is
Yeah.
it to you that the European style is represented in The Sims 4 or in The Sims?
Yeah, I think it's a very interesting question because I think obviously everybody wants representation in The Sims.
Mm-hmm. Of course, yeah.
The end. I mean, obviously, everybody wants to have something that's relatable,
Mm-hmm.
and at the same time, we want to have something that is totally out of the ordinary for us because that makes both the gameplay and the build styles that we are able to create more interesting because you can build something that you're not used to building, or you can do gameplay with cultural aspects that you don't see in your life because
Mm-hmm.
that's also part of building and creating and playing the game is to get away from normal life
Yeah.
at the same time as doing stuff that is normal for you. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have both sides. So obviously representation is important to me as well as it is to everybody else
Yeah.
because yeah.
Got it. Share it. Yes, of course. So now let's dive a little bit deeper into not so another topic, but another topic. You also built 2 lots in my favorite world, Nordhaven. It's a
My
coffee
favorite
boon.
world as well.
It's a coffee boon in
Yeah.
the new harbor park, right? So
Yeah, funnily enough, I built a coffee shop. What do you know?
yeah, what in full circle moment. So how was that for you? How was that for you?
Yeah, well, obviously, some of the devs, they already knew me from the room build. And it turned out that the people the team that worked on Home Chef Hustle are the same is the same team that worked on this on the businesses and hobbies pack, which is like obviously because it's one is Scandi and one is Northern European cities, so it's kind of the same vibe.
Yeah.
And I think they did it very well. I think I mean my favorite kitchen is the one from Home Chef Hustle because it's just very much typical of the thing. I mean the kitchens we have here
Yeah.
in Denmark or in the Nordics. Um, but because they knew me already and they knew how well the collaboration went and how easily everything like progressed with the iterations of the build that I sent in and the things that I needed to change and stuff like that. So both like the tone that we had in our conversations and the understanding that I had for the assignment that I was set, and taking notes from them and actually executing on that. I think that's why I know that one of the devs just said, I worked with Laireen before. She will be perfect for this pack. We need to get her on board for the businesses and hobbies. And I was like, oh my God, I was referred. Yeah. So, I mean, but I understand why they did that because it was a very good collaboration that we had on the first on the room build. So it made sense to bring me in on this one as well because also it is my build style. So
yeah. And what was the biggest challenge in creating an official build? I like to connect this with a community question because you hear here and there that you can't use move objects and stuff like that. So are there special rules that have to be followed when you're building an official build for EA?
yeah, well, obviously, one thing is that you only have base game and that one pack, so that limits you in what and how you build and how elaborate the build can be because you only have a certain amount of items. But yeah, there are rules. There are some guidelines that you need to follow. So obviously, you can't use move objects, and you can't use. You can't use what's it called? The stuff that the Sims get when they like during gameplay you achieve certain career rewards.
Yes, yeah.
Stuff.
The
Yeah,
reward
you
stuff.
can't use those either because it has to be playable for like a newly started simmer with a they don't if they don't have that career with that unlocks whatever. So all the unlockables you can't use. You can't use move objects, and you have to pay attention to the performance of the lot. Meaning that if you mix and match too many things, and or if you have too many objects, like too many items placed, so a lot of clutter, for instance, or different types of wallpaper or a lot of I don't know curtains or just too many different items. They all add up percentage wise to
To
the
the
performance
performance.
of the lot.
Okay.
So the more you put in, the slower the lot will get to play on, obviously.
Yeah, makes sense.
And yeah. So if you build a starter home, obviously you won't get any trouble in keeping your lot performance
Yeah.
at a level where it's playable because it's usually a small lot and it's a very not
20,000
really
millions.
that furnished build. Yeah. But for my especially for I had no problems with the new Harbor Park lot because it's all that there are no things there. It's just like half a building and some park items and some trees. So I mean that wasn't the issue. But I had some issues with the other one, with the Koffieboon lot, because it's first of all it's a combo lot, so you have residential and you have the cafe and on the ground floor.
Yeah.
and it is a 3-story building, and it has a lot of rooms, and yeah. So I had to, in the end, it ended up being without curtains, for instance, because we had to remove all of the curtains.
Oh, okay, okay.
And there was some issue with lighting as well, because they wanted me to put in a lot of string lights, and I did that. And then they said, yeah, you went overboard with the string lights, and now we have to take half of them out because lot performance is not very good. So yeah, and that's why we have the iterations where we go back and forth. So I do something, they check it for lot performance, and they check if I've used cheat codes or whatever, and use stuff that I wasn't supposed to be using. And then they come back to me with feedback and say, this is good, this is not so good. We would prefer if you do it like this, or can you change the room color of this, or can you, So they give some feedback, and then you like change things up a bit, and then back and forth. I think the biggest part, the most difficult challenge we had was that you can't use alt movement.
Yeah, okay, I see.
And being a builder, having built in The Sims since 2014, that's a lot of years, and that's and 16,000 hours of building. I don't even know that I use alt. I just do it
Yeah,
because it's just part of how I build. So I don't
yes.
even think about it. It's just like just like
Automatic, yeah,
a reflex.
yeah.
You just do it. I don't even know I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And when you first have placed something in a build for a pack, and you placed it with alt, how are you going to find out which one it was? If you have
Yeah.
300,000, I don't know, stuff, builds, items, things in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was an issue, and that's difficult. It's really difficult.
Yeah, I can
So
imagine.
we had to do some detective work and finding out where. I had one thing that we were allowed to do. We were allowed to use like the quarter tile or half tile placement. If you use
Mm-hmm.
the control F5,
Yeah.
or Shift F5, or one of those.
Mm-hmm.
The F5 one,
Yeah.
where you can move things off grid or in between grid lines.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that with a chair. That was where the footprint of the chair were like outside a wall.
Oh, okay.
So it was an outside wall. I placed the chair up against the wall, and it was like a dining chair. So I placed it up against the wall, but it has a footprint that actually goes behind it, and that went out of the like the room border.
Okay.
And that was one of the old placements that didn't work. So it
Uh,
took some time to find out that it was
yeah.
that particular chair doing the, yeah.
So someone from the community wanted to know how long did it take you to submit your final version?
Let me think. Because so I get approached, and they say, would you like to do this? And I say, yes, I would like to do this. And then there's a lot of paperwork that needs to be signed. And then when you're like ready to go doing your first build, you have meetings with the devs during the like initial phase, and where they tell you what this pack is about and what build style they're looking for and what they have in mind and stuff. And then we also had to do a whole session where we had to find out who is going to build what build, because on which lot, because we were 4 builders and there were 8 lots to build, so we had to divide the 8 lots between us. And so we did like a prioritized list. I would like to do this one as my top priority, and this one as my second, third, fourth. So when all that is done, they give you access to what is called a CFE game, and CFE stands for Customer Faced Environment, which means it's
It's not the final
it's like,
version. Oh,
no, it's not. That's exactly. It's like the version in between the developing pack and the pack that's actually released. It's like
okay,
an in
okay.
between there. So it's for testing out what will eventually become the finished pack. And when you get access to that, you get it in like so I had 2 The Sims 4 icons in my EA app. One was like my original game, just my normal game, and the other one was that particular one. And when you get that, it takes a little bit of time before you actually get access. And when you get access, you can build. Then you go in and build. Then you send it back. Then they do revisions to the pack itself, and that also reflects in the CFE, which means that they do updates behind the scenes, and then you have to do a new build or like add on to your build with the new stuff that's coming in. So you get stuff into the game over time, and that's because you're building while they're still developing the game or developing the pack, which means it takes actually several months. So
Oh, wow.
I think we had 4 months. It went on for 4 months.
Oh, okay.
Because I build and then I submitted. I get maybe 2 weeks to build the first iteration. Then I submit it. Then they have to look at it, and they have to have a couple of weeks to look at it as well and do the updates to the pack. And then we do it all over again the next month and the next month. So I think maybe 4 months.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I never thought that would be so long, 4 months. I never thought about it, but
Yeah, and listen, I mean, they approached me, I think in July 24, and then I started building in, I think it was maybe September, end of August, start of September, and then I finished, I think in November.
And the pack came out
So
in
3 months,
March.
September, October, November. And then I submitted everything, the last submission in sometime in November. And the game was released
in March, I think, or
March,
yeah,
February or March. Yeah.
end
So
of
4 months
February,
later.
March. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I had to wait 4 months where I knew that I had built for the pack. Nobody knew about it, and I couldn't say anything. I couldn't do anything. I was just like, I was about to explode because I wanted to tell the world, screaming from the rooftops. But so we had to sit tight on that secret for 4 months. So yeah. But it was amazing when the pack came out, because also it's an amazing pack with all the new gameplay stuff that came with this pack.
Yes.
And the world is beautiful. It's just annoying that it's not more, that it's not bigger.
Yeah.
I wanted to have there should have been a third neighborhood with like 4 or 5 more lots. But yeah, I think it was. I think it's an amazing pack, and I obviously I'm biased because I built for the pack, but I actually do think it's an amazing pack and a really beautiful world.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's relatable, obviously, for me.
Yes, also for me, and the name is. Did I told you the name are a mix of the names of my 2 hometowns, so Nordhaven and Bremerhaven, Nordhaven. So it means also a lot of for me.
Yeah.
But what an amazing not story, journey. What an amazing journey for you. And I'm proud of you that you keep that secret for so long. Okay, you have to, but yeah.
I had to, yeah. I signed an agreement saying that I wouldn't say anything, obviously.
Like an NDA or something like that.
That's part of being a game changer or like an EA content creator, is that you know a lot of stuff before other people know it. So you have to don't disclose anything until release date, and that's just how it is. Yeah.
So you were talking about talking with the devs about what is working, what is not working. You submitted your first version, your second version, your third version. How was the collaboration in general with the devs?
Because we were working with the Scandinavian team, they are used to working in European/Northern European settings, which I mean, sometimes and I've heard this from other creators doing builds for other packs as well, that when you work with like if you work with a US team, they have a tendency of like, when they have to give criticism or feedback on the stuff that you have done, they have a tendency to kind of wrap it up in a pretty little bow and not say anything that would like offend you or discourage you or
Mm-hmm.
anything.
Mm-hmm.
But whereas in European countries, especially in the northern countries,
Yeah, we are more direct.
we are a bit more direct and
Yeah.
blunt,
Yeah.
and we have a tendency of just come out and say what you want to say, then let me deal with how I want to take it,
Yeah.
and you know. So, and I think because the developers here on this pack, they were used to working in Northern Europeans in working environments, they were aware of that. So that made all the conversations very open and easy, because it
Mm-hmm.
was like targeted towards us that actually were living in the area,
Mm-hmm.
that I mean it was just easy, and we had a good collaboration and good tone also the four builders, because we chatted a little bit online as well, also where the devs could see what we chatted about, um in like written text chatting.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the devs were also like, they had fun listening or like reading our conversations online as well, because they could see that we were very like surprised with the amount of items that we got and what the gameplay would be, and
Mm-hmm.
everything was just so beautifully done. And it was, yeah, I mean, it's easy to work with the devs, because the devs are not only just devs, they are actually
People.
simmers
Yeah, and Simmers,
that
of course.
actually get
Mm-hmm.
paid to do their hobby, sort of,
Mm-hmm.
because they are as much invested in the game itself as we are. For them, it's not just a job,
Yeah.
and it shows in the way that they are very enthusiastic about everything. Oh, listen, we made this, and did you see the new thing that we made? And
Yeah.
they were very proud of what they accomplished as well, and
Mm-hmm.
it was just like speaking to other simmers. So yeah, it was fun. It was really a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But also they do also take into account when you have criticism, because I noticed that, so when you have the game, the base game, that the post boxes are very American. So the mailboxes are like the ones on like a wooden stick with the little
Uh,
flag on it, and
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
we don't have those in
Yeah,
Denmark.
we either, yeah.
So when I came into the chat with the devs, I said, you need to look into the possibility of doing a wall mounted post box like the
Mm-hmm.
one we got in Snowy Escape, because that's what we have here. We don't have the other ones, and if you
Yeah.
want to give the full immersion feel of being in a Nordic country, you need to have this. And they actually listened, and they made the wall mounted mailbox. So yeah, I
Do you
take
know
credit for
what
that.
do you know what pleased me the most? The trash cans in 5 different swatches.
Different colors, yeah,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
so pleased because recycling and waste is a big topic here in Germany, and
Yeah,
they
same in
went
Denmark.
in.
Same in Denmark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the chat did a clip where I react to this for the 4 swatches, and it went viral on TikTok because I was so excited for trash cans.
But but that's the thing, and that brings me back to what you asked before about the being included in the game and feeling represented in the game, and
Hmm.
it's the little things, right?
Yes, yes,
I'm I,
totally.
I mean, I have the same opinion as you, and I get excited about weird things in the game. Uh, for instance, a trash can or a mailbox, and
Hmm.
people are like, whatever, it doesn't really matter. I would like to see some, and I don't know, people are talking about other types of like representation, especially obviously for the Sims themselves, with, I don't know, tattoos and like hearing aids and all the other
Yeah.
stuff that
Hmm.
makes you able to create yourself, or
Hmm.
people in game that
Diabetes
would
is a big
represent real life. I
topic.
get that, but being a builder, I don't really care about cash.
Hmm.
So being a builder, a mailbox and a trash can are like perfect if they actually look like something I would see in my life.
Yeah,
Definitely,
yeah,
definitely.
can relate to it. So, um, talking a lot of building and your work with EA, what are you currently working on, and what are your plans for the near future? Are there any plants in Gänsefüßchen. How is this called in English? Do you see me?
Quotation marks.
Okay. Quotation marks. Okay.
Yeah.
So what are your plans?
Yeah, well, I don't really have anything like particularly planned, but I mean, I will just do what I normally do. I don't know if you saw this, and I don't know if your viewers saw this either, but in the Sims Discord, right now they have a channel set up for feedback for various things in the game. It can be gameplay, it can be the gallery, it can be whatever. I think there are 4 or 5 different topics that you can give feedback on. I'm not sure. I think they close soon. So if you want to have give feedback and have your say in the progress of the game going forward, you can add your things there, or your questions, or your comments there. And I did a long comment on the gallery, as well as 200 other simmers, because the gallery is my outlet, and the gallery has sort of been, in quotation marks, broken for the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. It has been really, really bad. They took away the counters, so I can't see how many people are actually following me there. How many downloads do I have? And since that used to be my primary outlet for my creativeness in the game, I would really like to have this back. So I'm hoping that they do an overhaul of the gallery, and if they do that, then I will definitely be building more, uploading more, and commenting more, and using the gallery as it was supposed to be used, instead of just doing it online on social media. But I am present on social media, and I have social media accounts various places. I have an Instagram account with, I don't know, 10. I think I have 10 posts. I mean, I don't use it
a little bit more. A little bit more.
and I do scroll through it and see what other simmers do. So I'm always on the outside looking in, checking what people do and what's happening in the community. I'm on Twitter still, refusing to call it the X.
No, it's Twitter.
So I'm on Twitter, and I'm on are those my? Let me see. I think you got my.
Yeah, I posted it right now. Your X and
on Blue Sky and Instagram and X, and I'm actually also on Facebook, because as I said earlier, I
do some
set up
promo
an account to promote James Turner's website. And as I'm finding my mojo again, I'm going back into building, and I'm very proud. I did do a mall shopping center built in Nordhaven in Iverstad, and it's I think on X it has 80,000 views, which is amazing, because I mean, I've never had that many people look at my stuff.
That's a lot.
Sort of took off. Yeah.
So I also shared your EA ID, so if you are curious about, okay, what is this kind person are building, check out her EA gallery and check out her socials.
I have a lot of what I mostly build, and what I mostly like to build are combo lots. I've always done combo lots. I like the ones where you have shops on the ground floor, apartments above, which we would before, for rent or businesses or hobbies, that wasn't really playable, but I just like the look of it. So because it seems more realistic that you have it like that. So, and I usually build big lots. So the 50-50, 64-64, big lots, small towns kind of things. Yeah. But I also have a lot of residentials, and I also have a lot of pack restricted residentials, so 1 pack only, and also a lot of base game. I have a lot of my base game residentials are actually pretty good, if I can say so myself.
Yes, you can totally.
Yeah. I did do a mall on a big 50 by 50 in Nordhaven, which is crazy huge.
It's 50. It's 50. 50. Of course, it's crazy huge.
Yeah, but it's also 4 stories and a basement.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
And I mean, it's a shopping center. It has everything in it. So yeah. But I'm thinking I'm just gonna do what I usually do. I just build for myself, and if I think something is really good, then I upload. So yeah. But I do have a lot of work in progress. I always have a lot of works in progress. Usually I build simultaneously on 10 to 20 lots. So when I get stuck or get bored with one, I just jump over to
Swip to
another one
another.
and
Yeah.
work a little on that, and then back to the first one and go back and forth a little. I never just start building a build and then finish it in one go. It's always going back and forth between them. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
The size of the lots impressed me all the time. So we are slowly coming to the end. But I just have one question for you. So back in the days, I don't know how to call it, to celebrate the 100,000 members on the Sims Discord, there was a contest. You can show your self-sim and get the chance to create an item that would be added into the game. So the question is, which build item would you add to the Sims 4? Is there a specific item do you have already in mind?
I think it is a very, very funny question, or fun question, because I think I really had to think about that one. I really, really had to think about that one. I
So let
think
me show mine first. So there's a typical bowl in Germany. Every household has this one. No one knows where it comes from. You just own it. It may be from your parents and your grandparents, grandparents. So it has a characteristic leaf grain pattern. And
Yeah.
the image is on stream. That would be my item. Speaking of representation.
Yeah, well, I was thinking, okay, so if as you said, yours is a very German thing, so I was thinking, okay, it has to be something that represents like Denmark. What do we have? What would I like to have? One thing is a flagpole, and I know it's weird, but it's a very big thing in Denmark. You know, the Danish flag is the oldest flag in the world, and we're very proud of our flag, as are most nations. And we have a lot of flagpoles in like suburban gardens, like in the backyard. You would have a flagpole, and you would have a flag up, especially for birthdays and stuff, and like celebratory days. But it's also a big part of we have. Okay, it's gonna go off on a tangent. Very long story. I don't want to get into here, but it's a very big thing in Denmark. But if it has to be like a smaller item, like a decor item, like your bowl, I sent you a link in the Discord. Did you see it?
Wait a moment.
This is a small figure that you like. It's a decor item, and back in the day when it originally was made, like the history of this small item, it's a decor figurine with a small what's it called, spring in it, so it kind of wobbles. It's like a wobbly head type thing. And it was created, that this one particularly was created by a Danish designer in the late 60s. And originally it was just like a smiley face, and like a Mr. and Mrs. small smiley face type thing. But since then it's progressed, and now it's like it comes in every variation that you can think of. So this is, for instance, like sports, or you can have one with the Danish flag, which is like a celebration of your birthday, or you can have one with like a graduation cap on for people graduating high school.
Okay.
Or so it comes in all types of variations. I think that one would be fun to have because it's cute. So if you look at the wooden
very
ones, I
cute.
think those would be. I think the 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth one, the second to last
Mm-hmm.
bubble
The
on
wooden
the
ones,
very
yeah.
yeah, the wooden ones I think were the original ones,
How cute.
and it won like design awards and stuff like this.
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
Yeah, they are really cute. Yes. I see why you would choose this. Mm-hmm.
So this one, the Optimist, which is like it symbolizes optimism, which is also a very Danish thing, I
Mm-hmm.
think.
I will
So
share the
it's
link
it's
here in the chat so the chat can.
so if if you push it and if you use your hand and push like the head of it, it
Mm-hmm.
will like wobble and jiggle because it's like a spring in between the bottom and the top part. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just a fun little thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I shared the link to the chat so the chat can also
Yeah.
look at the wooden ones, the original ones.
And also, I wasn't aware that the Sims Discord had over 100,000 members, which is crazy.
Yeah, this
But
is
yeah, imagine running that Discord Discord server with
Yeah.
over 100,000.
That would be
I
a hard
understand
one.
why they have so many mods. So yeah.
Yeah. What an interview. We are coming to
Yeah,
the
sorry, I
end.
speak a lot, so we went over time. I
No,
hope it's
no, no,
okay.
no. It's totally okay. I have to say I was very excited and nervous at the beginning, but you're very calming me down. So thank you for being that kind and that patient with me. And yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm very honored that you wanted to have me on board. It's always, as I usually say, because I don't have any outlets myself, I always like insert myself into other people's streams to make people aware that I'm here,
Mm-hmm.
that I exist, and that I built and that I have been simming for, I don't know, 25 years. So yeah. So this is not my first online interview in a stream. I've been doing a couple more, especially after the Businesses and Hobbies pack came out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I love it. I always have an opinion on everything Sims related, so it's nice to have some place to actually get to say it out loud to other people instead of just like typing in chat. So yeah, it's just a shame that everything you do is German only because it's really limiting for me. Otherwise, I would
Yeah,
probably
I
have
know.
joined
I
you
know.
in your on your stream before. But yeah.
Yeah, but I have to say you have to stream now.
Yeah, I
you have
know
to
people
do.
say, people have been asking for the last 10 years. But yeah, let's see. I always say, yeah, let's see. But it doesn't really come to it. But I'm warming up to the idea. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a pleasure to talking to you, for sharing all these wonderful insights with us. Thank you for that. And of course, thank you for everyone in chat who was hanging around with us and listening to us. So don't forget to check out.
Are there any? Yeah, you said, are there anyone that asked something in chat while we were talking that we need to address?
I didn't look at the chat, but I will ask Peppy and Sylvie. Was there any question?
Yeah, I can see Peppy has been doing
some translation.
translations. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing woman.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, amazing woman. Shout out to Peppy. It was so exciting to learn more about the construction process and the EA partnership. So thank you very much for the time and the insights, Doreen, from Peppy. Yeah, and we are connected through James, and we will be connected, I hope. Thank you for being here, and don't forget to check out Laireen's amazing builds. EA ID is in the chat. Okay.
So I'm guessing you will be doing some streams when the new pack comes out.
Definitely. My timetable is always on Monday because of it's the start of the week, and then on Thursday because there will always be new packs. I scheduled it this way.
Okay.
And on the 2nd of October there will be Adventure Awaits, and I will stream that definitely. Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I think it's, and just a side note, we had the Businesses and Hobbies pack, which was amazing, and then I think actually the packs that came after that was not really for me. So I'm really much looking forward to Adventure Awaits because it has a lot of build functionality that kind of is interesting.
Yes.
I mean, now we can make normal playgrounds. I mean,
playgrounds. Hello. I'm so
Yeah,
excited
I
for
don't
that.
understand what's up with the, what's it called? Not the jungle gym, but like the crawly bit thingy that looks like a ladder. You know,
This one,
one
yes,
that's
this is.
in base game. We don't even have those in Denmark anymore. It's such an old-fashioned thing. And I was like, where are the slides? where the jungle? Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna do amazing
Me too.
parks now. That's also a thing. I like to do parks. So
Oh, okay. So then the playgrounds will find the way in your park, right?
yeah, definitely,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. I'm
Yeah.
very much looking forward to that.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Thank you so
I
much.
hope, I'm really fingers crossed for under roof painting.
Oh yeah, I didn't recognize it when I first watched the trailer. I didn't recognize it, and then I watched it back on YouTube with the James Turner reaction, and I was like, oh my god, they're the under roof paint. I didn't recognize that first time.
Speaking of things that normal people thinks is weird, that we actually pay attention to that. I know that Simgur Graham, one of the really old timers in The Sims, and he's been in with The Sims for I don't know how many years. He just didn't understand why all the builders were screaming of getting ceiling paint, and he was like, "Why do you need ceiling paint?" And I mean, come on, I mean, oh, okay, all my ceilings are white in real life, but when you do like a log cabin or a cottage, you would like to
Yes.
have wooden boards, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we want that, and obviously we want under roof painting because under roof is not white
Yeah.
necessarily. So it's just to make it more realistic. Yeah. And I think, I don't know if everybody knows this, but originally The Sims 4, The Sims, no, The Sims, not The Sims 4, The Sims in general, The Sims 1 was actually an architectural program / game. That was what it was supposed to be, and not necessarily a simulator game, but more to do architectural styles.
I didn't know that.
Obviously, they have to focus more on the architectural side of it, in my opinion.
Yeah, they
And that's
have
what,
to.
just because I'm a builder, so I'm into that. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Peppy, wie sagt man? For that
Just say it
insight.
in German, I understand. So I can tell you what word.
Irgendwie fehlen gerade. I'm missing the words even in German. Für diesen nicht Sneak Peek. For that detailed insight with the
Tidbit.
What is it called?
Tidbit.
Hitbit. Yeah, with the architectural thing in Sims 1 that it mentioned to be an architectural program. I didn't knew that. For Insights, Einblicke. Ach, ich hab schon.
Well, it's been great being here. I think it's been fun, and as I said, I'm open to more questions. If everybody is interested in hearing more, you can invite me in again. Otherwise, I will just bug you and chat on your streams at some point, especially on the 2nd of October. I guess I will be popping in.
Yeah. Oh, I would love to. Thank you so much. So it was, again, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. It was a pleasure to have you here. But thank you so much again.
Well, thank you everybody in chat for listening in and for your questions as well. And I hope you have a great rest of stream and many more great streams with other interviews and talks and chats with other people. So yeah.
Thank you so much.
And I hope that you raise some money for the Tierheim.
For the shelter, yeah, for the Tierheim. Thank you so much for mentioning that. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So have a good evening. I say bye-bye.
Bye.